Right, so we're going to be doing the traditional deadlift here. There is various forms of deadlift, and you can see there's powerlifting deadlift, there's a sumo deadlift, stiff leg deadlift. But what I'm going to be going through is the traditional one that you see most of the time people performing in the gyms. What we need to do when performing the deadlift is get a good quality setup position. The better you set up, the better you're going to perform when you're lifting a lot of weight, because when you get the form right, you can shift a lot of weight. When we address the bar, there's things that we need to make sure we're getting right. One is feet position. You do see people coming quite narrow when deadlifting. As you can see, I'm not very stable if I would go too narrow with my feet. And if you think about it, if I was going to jump, that's where my most power is, you know. So I want to go to hip or a bit wider, where I would normally generate power to perform a jump. So I get my feet position, so under the bar, okay? So if you can see now, with the bar, it needs to be over the laces, okay? I don't want to have it too far away because that means I'd have to scoop it in. You do see that happening in gyms, but for the purpose of this, I don't want to see that. I don't want to get that momentum on the bar. So, taking that foot position, bar, again, over laces. So gripping the bar. You may have seen different hand grips when performing the deadlift. The hand position I'm going to be using today is double overhand. You may have seen one over, one under. The reason for people doing one over, one under is the balance of the bar, because as the weight goes up, double overhand, people lose grip and the bar slips out of the hand. Whereas if you've got one hand over and one hand under, it balances the bar, so it helps people lift. I prefer to always do double overhand grip, and there has been people, when they do the one under, one over, having bicep tears and bicep injuries, but that's shifting a lot of weight. So just try and go as heavy as you can with double over, and then switch to one over, but remember, you've got to balance it up as well when you're performing the deadlift. Don't just continually do the same one over, one under. So moving back to the bar, so I'm going to take my grip. You've got a chink on the bar. We want to take that chink off. So you want to create tension, so the bar becomes part of you as you take the bar off the floor. Okay, visualize when performing the deadlift is some people pushing the ground away. So as you stand up, you think about push the ground away, push the ground away, push the ground away. And as you step pushing the ground away, you're extending the hips and you want to go to full extension again, squeezing the glutes. Another little point, what people tend to get wrong is that when you say extend the hips, is people take that as the pushing the hips through. So you will see people in a gym driving the hips through at the top and they've got the hips fully extended, but that's putting a lot of stress in that lower back. So just extend your hips to that straight position. Your glutes should be engaged at the top. You shouldn't, once your glutes are tight, shouldn't be able to, unless you do this little shrug at the top of the movement, but we don't want to do that. It's a lower body exercise. So you're standing up, squeezing the glutes at the top of the movement. You want to be packing those back, okay? So your arms, when you address the bar, you want to imagine you're bending the bar, so you're screwing your shoulder blades back and down, keeping it as tight as possible. So as you grab the bar, create that tightness, taking the chink off the bar, eye position looking up, standing up to that full extended position, squeezing your glutes. Lower the bar down, the same way it came up, okay? Create that tightness. Driving up, shoulders back and down. Your chest is nice and big. Push your bum back, you're hinging at the hips. Dropping down, okay? Create that tightness. Standing up, squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips back, dropping down. Remember, it's called a deadlift. So reset each time. It's not a touch and go deadlift. Reset each time. So as the bar gets to the floor again, create that tightness, take the chink off the bar, standing up. Lower the bar down, reset, tighten, stand up, okay? For the number of reps that you want to perform.